Hello there. Today I'd like to take a moment and talk about the BN2036-14E. And that is the Citizen ProMaster Super Titanium Diver's Watch. Comes in this Pelican type case. And there she is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. Now, I will say I am on the fence about this watch. I will say that. Now, first things first, a lot of people seem to be getting confused as to what this guy is here. It comes with a strap extension. If you're a serious diver, you're going to want your diver's watch over your scuba suit, correct? So you'll need an extension. It's a strap that connects, that just extends it the length so that you can put it over your diver suit. But you can also use it to put over your winter coat or your winter jacket, or to put over something on your wrist, a sweatband when you're exercising or whatever. That's its purpose. That's what it does. Okay, so this band is really, really nice. It's soft, has no odor whatsoever. Of course, it has the creases to make it comfortable around your wrist. And it has a really nice, as you can see, Citizen titanium buckle. I don't know if that helps at all, but I might be able to see the titanium on there if I do that. See the Citizen logo? Here's the back of the watch. There's very little laser cutting in there. It's actually pretty smooth. No logo or anything like that. They're keeping it real simple. All right, and there's the front of the watch. All right, now let's charge up that Loom. We don't want that, do we? Watch this. Let's get that Loom going. Look at that. That's insane. Yeah, Citizens are notorious for their incredible Loom, and as you can see, this particular model is absolutely no different. So the things that I like about the watch, it's just cool looking. It's totally different. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no other watch out there like this watch. It's a 47 millimeter case, so it's relatively big for some people. I'm 6'7", so this is not a big watch for me. This is a small watch for me. Here's a size comparison of my Torchmeister, one of my favorite watches. This is an automatic, thick, big, heavy, 52 millimeter, gigantic monster with a helium release valve. But it's an automatic, which means that if you don't wear it for 1 or 2 days, you're gonna have to reset it all over again each time, or buy a winder and which is a pain in the butt in my opinion. So I really wanted to try an Echo Drive Citizen. I've had a few in the past that I didn't keep, and for no particular reason, but I really wanted a grab-and-go watch, a watch that I didn't have to think about. And I don't like quartzes. I hate quartz. It's my least favorite of all watches. Now, this is a quartz, but it's an Echo Drive quartz. So Citizen actually created the quartz movement, period. They started the whole thing and changed everything as we know it. Time accuracy became something you could count on. Whereas with an automatic, you lose a few seconds here and there. You know, over time, the watch either speeds up or slows down, depending on the model, the movement that you have. But a quartz is meticulous and perfect all the time. So what Citizen has done to evolve the whole situation again is they have given us a Echo Drive, which is a solar powered quartz, which means that the quartz doesn't need to be replaced. The battery doesn't need to be removed and a new one put in, damaging the seal of your diver's watch, or just letting some stranger's hands manhandle your watch. So now, as long as this watch gets some light, you'll never have to worry about it. Now, they say that it has a 6-month, you could stick it in a box somewhere after 6 months after a full charge. Okay, whatever. Why would I want to do that? That makes no sense. I'm going to wear this watch. And if I'm not wearing it, I'm going to have it displayed on my dresser or something like that, so that it's good to go and I'm good to go. A lot of people have been talking about how it feels. It feels like a sandpaper almost. That's the super titanium on there with its special coating. It's pretty cool. The bezel is also titanium. The inner part of the bezel is stainless steel with that gold, beautiful lettering. Now, where I'm on the fence with this watch is the gold, because it's not my favorite color. I don't own anything with gold in it. I don't like gold jewelry or anything like that. And also, it just doesn't feel big. I mean, here's a comparison to my Seiko right there. You know, and this watch is like 3 times heavier than this. This thing's like a toy. So you got to be prepared for that if you're thinking about getting this watch. People keep saying things like, don't be worried if it's too big, the way it fits. They shouldn't be saying things like that, because this watch is not big at all. It's light as a feather. You won't even know it's on your wrist, other than the fact that the band might not be so comfortable and you have to get used to that tightness of a band. I'm used to bracelets, or I like bracelets. Here's another example. Here's the King of G-Shock. Okay, so it goes to show you how big it is. See, it actually has a huge presentation on film, on camera, and so forth. But in person, because it's so light, it feels like a Lego toy. So when you turn the bezel, of course it's a one-turning unidirectional bezel. Hear that click sound? That's a pretty nice bezel, I gotta admit. And it turns with a nice, chunky kind of vibe. But the watch is so light that I don't know, it's just, you know, $300, $400, $500 for something this light. Another problem a lot of people seem to be having with this particular watch is that the date window is so small. You probably didn't even see that it has a date window. But there it is right there. And it's pretty tiny. I mean, right now, I really can't see it, but I think it says the 30th. The 30th. The watch also has this interesting little sparkle to it. The interface. I've heard some people make comments that they thought it was dust, but that is literally just the etching they use. It might actually have something to do with the ability for it to take in solar energy. These watches gain their energy off of the tiniest amount of light. I mean, coming out of the box, it was dead, completely, you know, dead, and it was set to the 12 o'clock place, and everything was perfect, which means that it never even turned on for a second, because the second hand was right at the 12 as well. And as soon as it was exposed to light, I'd say 30 seconds later, it started ticking. So that goes to show you. So I want to try to show you a little bit without being too... Okay, there we go. That's a good view of the watch right there. Sorry, I have very sensitive eyes to light, so you don't see me do a lot of videos with a lot of light. But there we go. How's that? A little better. You can see the different shades of how it looks. Different atmosphere. There you go. There's some gold showing off a little bit, all right? You can see inside there. Okay, so it's 200 meters. It can go down 200 meters, which is pretty satisfying. There isn't really too many instances where you'll need to be able to go deeper than that, unless maybe it falls off your wrist, which it won't. They use a special type of, see that? It's too big to get in there, and that's awesome because you got to force it. There we go. You got to force it through. See that? Damn, you have to really pull hard to get that out of there. Some people complain about putting it on. Why would you complain about something that's designed to stay on your wrist? And even if it unbuckled by accident, you still have a couple of chances at rescuing your watch from falling to the bottom of the depths of the ocean where Jaws will find it. So this is my little video. One of the things that I haven't heard anybody mention in any of the videos about this very stylish, interesting, boxy, square, tortoise-looking watch. People have been saying it looks like a tortoise when you look at it like this. Front legs, face, back legs. It's anti-magnetic, and that's not something you hear about from a lot of watches. Now that also has something to do with the fact that it is titanium, but it's anti-magnetic, which is great. I don't know if people realize how important that is for a diver's watch. There are multiple reasons why you would want your watch to not be magnetic. So I hope you like my review. Thickness is about 14.3 millimeters, and it's 47 millimeters going around this way. As I said, it's an Echo Drive, which means it's a solar-powered quartz, anti-magnetic, 200 meters diving capacity, mineral glass. That's a mineral glass. People love to brag on mineral glasses and so forth. I don't know why. I have many watches that are mineral glass, and none of them have scratches. I mean, I guess some people just don't respect or treat their watches or the things they spend money on with the kind of love that I do. But, you know, I take a scratch or a bump very personally. So again, this was the BN 2036-14E Super Titanium Citizen Dive Watch. I'm on the fence with it, like I said. I haven't, a few people have also said that it's difficult to put on, as I mentioned, because of the way the strap is designed. I don't understand why that's a problem, but I am a lefty. So I think lefties have an easier time putting watches on their wrist than righties do. A righty, of course, will have the luxury of being able to turn the crown this way to set things, whereas a lefty has to go to this side, which is a little awkward, right? So, of course, I would want to set it before I put it on my wrist. But that's what it looks like on. I'm a big dude, like I said. I'm 6'7". I got a big wrist. There's 2 holes left on this strap for me. So I could gain a lot of weight and still not have to worry about this watch. There's something about it that I love, and I think without really overthinking it, it's the weight. It's so light that it feels like a toy. And that's what I'm struggling with. You know, I'm so used to my Pushmeister, which weighs a ton. This thing is heavy. I could throw this at somebody and kill them. And because it's so heavy, I'm used to that. Now, I do wear my Monster G-Shock, which is also solar powered. And it's light as a feather too, but believe it or not, it's heavier than this titanium watch. This plastic watch is heavier than this. That's how light it is. And that's my only gripe, I think, you know, because psychologically it affects how big it is on my wrist. It makes it seem smaller because it's so light. I have a long road trip today, and I'm going to wear it on the road trip and see how I feel at the end of the road trip. I actually started my return already on Amazon for this. I got an incredible deal. I got it for $300, which is why I'm not aggressively returning it yet. I'm going to hold on to it, but I started my return, which I could, of course, one of the nice things about Amazon is you can just cancel that return at any time. And I used the payment system, so I made a down payment of $98, and I will be paying $65 a month on this until I pay it off. And there are a lot of other Citizens that I like. You know, I like a lot of the Aquas and so forth, the Nighthawks, and I've been struggling with getting a watch. So the 2 things on this watch that I struggle with are the gold coloring, because I don't own anything gold, and the weight. Now, as some of you may know, this watch is a kind of a tribute to one that was made in the 80s, which sold for about $1,000 and had like, I don't know, 800 meters, ridiculous dive thing. And it looked very similar. I believe it was a straight quartz. A lot of people think it was an automatic, but I'm pretty sure it was a straight quartz, which means you had to pay someone to crack it open and replace the battery. And it had screws, right? I had a screw here, and screw here, which made it look really cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're on the fence about it, you know, go through Amazon, and that way you can return it if you don't like it. And as for me, I don't know yet. I don't know. It's a lot of money. and you don't want to spend that kind of money on something that you don't 100% positively just absolutely adore. Thanks for watching.